Good morning, class. This is our English language period, and today we are going to learn about tenses. Children, in our last class, we have learnt about tenses. Tenses is a time which tells us about the action of time. Yes, and it is divided into three forms. Past, that is yesterday. Present, that is today. Future, that is tomorrow. Past, which is over. Present, which is going on. Future, which will come. Okay, now tenses are four types. Okay, so what? Simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. And in our previous classes, we have covered simple tense, continuous tense, and in today's class, we are going to learn about perfect tense. Now children, what is perfect tense? Basically, perfect tense is a tense in which we talk about an action that has got over. Means action that has taken place in past time, in time which is over. Like other tenses, simple tenses or continuous tenses, perfect tense is also divided into three forms. First, present perfect tense. Second, past perfect tense. Third, future perfect tense. Now children, let's see what is present perfect tense. In present perfect tense, we talk about the actions that started in the past. Here we are talking about the action that started in the time which is over, but still having connectivity with the present time. Basically here we are talking about the actions which started in the past, but still it is connected. It is reflecting in our present time also. Okay, now here we can say we use present perfect tense to express two things. First point, a recent completed action. Second point, an action that began in the past and continues up to the present. With example, I'll make these 2 points clear. Okay, now let's see what is first point says or means. A recent completed action. That means here we are talking about the actions that we have just now finished. Now children, tell me one thing. Just think when you will end or finish any work. For finishing any work, for ending any work, what you have to do? You have to start that work. Okay, when you will finish cooking, when you will start cooking, when you will end watching movie, when you will start watching movie. So for ending any work, you have to start that work. Yes, this much is clear. For example, listen to this example carefully, children. I have just finished my work. I have just finished my work. So children, here I am telling you that I have started work in the past time and just now I have finished. Just now I have finished means I have finished in present time. For example, just think that you have started reading book at 5 o'clock. What? You have started reading book at 5 o'clock and right now it is 6 o'clock when you have finished reading book. Yes children. So at 6 o'clock at present time you have stopped that, you have finished your work. Okay. What work? The reading of book. but when you have started in the past. So here we can say, here we are talking about the action which recently completed, which just now completed. This point is clear? Now, let's talk about second point. Second point says an action that began in the past and continues up to the present. Now, so children, here what we are doing? Here we are talking about action which is started in the past, in the time which is over, but still it is connected to present time. How? Now let's take example. Now children, see, what is this? This is a picture of house. Now children, you can see here, this is a picture of house, and here is a boy. This boy is telling that I have lived in this house for 5 years. He is telling I have lived in this house for 5 years. Now children, see here. And here still he is living in this house. That means children, for example, which year is going right now? Right now we are in 2020. Present time is 2020, and this boy is telling that he has started living in this house in 5 years back. That means he has started living in this house in 2015. So the action of living in the house has started in 2015, but still he is living in this house. But still he is living in this house. In 2020, he is still in this house. That is why what he is telling, I have lived in this house for 5 years. That means he has shifted in this house 5 years back, that is 2015. But how it is connected to present? Because he is still living in this house. In 2020, the present time, he is still there in this house. Is it clear, children? Good. Now children, let's see what formula we use in present perfect tense for framing sentences. Now, subject plus has or have plus third form of verb plus object or complement. So children, here in present perfect tense for framing sentences, we use formula subject plus has or have plus third form of verb, that is past participle, okay, plus object or complement. Now let's take examples which is based on these formula. First example, he has done the work. So what is subject here, children? He is a subject here. What is subject? He is a subject. Has done. What is the verb that we are using here? Do. We are using do. Third form of do. What is the third form of do? Done. Okay, so here past participle of do is done. Okay, the work, that is object. Clear? Now let's take one more example. They have gone home. So children, they is a subject here, and with they we are using have. Why? Because we use have with I, you, we, they. Okay, because I is a singular pronoun, but other than this, you, we, they we consider plural pronoun, and we use have with plural nouns. Yes, that is why we are using here they have. Gone. Gone is the third form of verb go. Go, went, gone. Yes. Home. Home is a object. Yes, children, see, these two sentences, these are according to this formula only. So learn this formula by heart. You will never make mistake. Now see the third example. Sam has closed the lid of the jar. Sam is again a proper noun, but it is a singular. That is why we are using has. Closed. Closed is the third form of verb close. It is a past participle of close. So close, closed, closed. Yes, the lid of the jar. This is object. This is clear. Now take the fourth example. I have watched 3 movies this week. So what is subject here, children? I have plus third form of verb watch. What is that? Watched. Watch, watched, watched. So watched is the third form of verb watch. 3 movies this week. This is object. So this is how we make sentences in present perfect tense. I believe it is clear to you all. Past perfect tense. In past perfect tense, children, we talk about those actions which is over in the past time, in the time which is over. Okay, and it is not having any connectivity with present time. Here we are talking about the action that has taken place in the past. Okay, but it is not having any connectivity with present time. And when we talk about present perfect tense, then the action has taken in the past only, but it is having connectivity with present time. But in past perfect tense, it is not having connectivity with present times. Okay, it is completely over. That action will not repeat again. This is clear. So here we can say that in past perfect tense, we express 2 things. What is that? First, an action completed before a certain moment in the past. That means children, it means children, here we talk about the action which is over sometimes ago. Okay, it is not finished just now. In present perfect tense, we talk about the actions which is finished just now, which is finished in present time. But here is a time gap. Okay, when I am sharing that experience about that, my experience, okay, it is having gap. Okay, and after some gap, I am sharing my experience. Okay, it is not finished just now in the present time. It is over in the time which is over. Is it clear? Now the second point. An action in the past which was completed before another action also in the past. That means here we are talking about the 2 actions. 2 actions, but both actions are both actions are over in past time, in a time which is over. Is it clear? Now to make these 2 points, let's take example first. Now children, here you can see 2 pictures. Okay, in first picture a boy is sleeping, and the second picture a boy is sitting on the sofa. Here where the boy is sitting on the sofa, suppose today is 22nd of November and morning time. Okay, and morning time, and it is 9 o'clock right now. Okay, right now this boy is sharing his sleeping experience. Okay, so what he is sharing, listen to me carefully. I had slept in that room last night. He is telling that he had slept in particular room last night. Okay, so what he is telling, on 22nd November 9 o'clock, he is telling that I had slept in that room last night. So last night was what? 21st of November. So children, you can see here the experience he is sharing is over, and it is over in time which is past, it is not having any connectivity with present time. Is it clear? Now let's take one more example, children. See here, basically we talk about the time which is over and the action which is not going to repeat. Okay, now listen to me, second example carefully. Tom had already left when Jerry called him. I'm repeating again, children. Tom had already left when Jerry called him. Okay, that means before Jerry called him, Tom had already left. So children, here both the actions took place in past. Okay, there is no connectivity with present time. This much is clear? Now children, see what is the formula that we use in past perfect tense for framing sentences. Subject plus had plus third form of verb plus object or complement. Now children, we can see here on the screen formula that we use for framing sentences when we talk about past perfect tense. What is the formula? Subject plus had plus third form of verb, that is past participle, plus object or complement. Let's take examples. First example. I had slept in that room last night. So what is subject here? Subject is I. Children, here whether it's a singular noun, pronoun or plural noun, pronoun, we use had. Why? Because the past tense of have or has is had. So had slept. Third form of sleep. Past participle of verb sleep is slept in that room. In that room last night is our object. Now, next example. Tom had already left when Jerry called him. So, what is Tom here? Subject. Had, okay, already left. So, what is the verb of left? First form of left, verb left, leave. Leave. Third form of verb leave is left. So Tom had already left when Jerry called him is what? Object. Now, next, Megha had got the cycling machine. So what is subject? Megha is subject. Got is third form of verb get. Past participle of verb get. Children, don't get confused, ma'am. It will be gotten. Gotten we use in US English. But when we talk about UK English, that is get, got and got. So basically got and gotten both are correct in the past participle of verb get. Is it clear? The cycling machine is what? Object here. So Megha had got the cycling machine. That means this action is over in past time, and the same cycling machine she will be not getting again because she is already having that. Okay. Now, the next example. We had finished the report by the time he arrived. So children, here you can see here we is a subject, had plus finished. Finished is the third form of verb finish. Yes, the past participle of verb finishes finished. The report by the time he arrived is what? Object. Is it clear, children? So, I believe these examples are clear to you all. Now, the last one is future perfect tense. Children, here in future perfect tense, we talk about the actions that will take place in future. Okay, so we can say here in future perfect tense, we express these points. What are these points? First point, an action which is expected to be completed by a certain time in the future. That means, children, here we talk about the action. Here we talk about the work for which we have given time period to complete it. Here we give time period to complete work. Okay. Now let's see what is the second point. And it can also show that something will occur before another action in the future. Now children, here in the second point, we talk about two actions. We talk about two actions that will take place in future. Here we will be talking about two actions which is going to take place in future. Okay. Third point, it says something will continue up until another action in the future. That means children, here we talk about two actions and connectivity of two actions, like action 1 will continue with action 2. Now children, to make these 3 points clear, let's take examples. Let's take examples. First example. Now children, see, here is a girl, Sia. Okay, suppose I have given one book to Sia and I have given her time period. Okay, suppose I have given a book to Sia at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock in the morning, and I am asking her to complete that book at 8 o'clock p.m. That means in the evening. So children, what I have done? I have given one work to Sia and I have, along with that work, I have given her time period to finish that work. Is it clear? So what instruction I will be giving to Sia in future perfect tense? I'll be telling Sia that you will have finished reading this book by 9 p.m. today. Listen to me carefully, children. What I'll be telling Sia, I'll be telling her, you will have finished reading this book by 9 p.m. today. Okay. Now let's take another example. Now, children. So suppose here second action says, it can also show that something will occur before another action in the future. That means here in this we are talking about two actions which is going to take place in future. Now listen to this example carefully. Sameer will have travelled around the world before he comes to India. Suppose this boy is Sameer. This boy is, who is this boy? This boy is Sameer. Okay. Before coming to India, what he will be doing? Sameer will travel around the world before he comes to India. Clear? Now, let's take one last example for the third one. Something will continue up until another action in the future. That means here we are talking about the two actions which will continue one by one in future. Okay, so children, listen to this. By the time I arrive to the school, math class will started. So what are the two actions that is going to take place in future? One after one. Children, first arriving to school, and after arriving at school, what will happen? Math class will start. So how we are going to say, speak this sentence? By the time I arrive to the school, math lesson will have started. Okay? I believe now these 3 points are clear to you all. Now children, see what is the formula that we are going to use in future perfect tense for framing sentences. Subject plus shall or will, have plus third form of verb plus object or complement. So children, this is the formula that we are going to use for making or for framing sentence in future perfect tense. Subject plus shall or will, have plus third form of verb, that is past participle, plus object complement. Children, one thing remember, whether it's a singular noun or plural noun, or singular pronoun or plural pronoun, here we are going to use have only. We are not going to use has. We will be, before have, we will be adding shall or will and have. Is it clear? Now let's take examples. First, you will have finished reading this book by 9 p.m. today. So what is subject? You. With you, we will be using will have finished. First form of verb finished is finish. So basically, finished is the past participle of verb finish. Reading this book by 9 p.m. today is object. Now see the second one. Samir will have travelled. Samir will have travelled around the world before he comes to India. So children, you can see here Samir is what? Singular noun and it is a subject, but we are using have because in future perfect tense we use has. So Samir object will have travelled around the world before he comes to India. So this is what children? This is object. Clear? Now next example. The girls will have left the birthday party after dinner. So children, you can see here the girls are plural noun, but still we are using have because we never use has here. And in any ways with girls, we are going to use have only because it is a plural noun. So the girls will have left, past participle of leave. Okay, the birthday party after dinner is what? Object. Now the last example. I shall have graduated from the university in 2 years. I is a subject here. Shall have graduated. Graduated is a past participle or we can say third form of verb graduate from the university in 2 years is the object. So I believe children these examples are clear to you all. Thank you for listening me. Stay blessed.